Hi everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from ICM, and this is completely new kit in 1/72nd scale. It's OV-10A Bronco US attack aircraft, as it's written here, but in 1/72nd scale it's completely new molds, new plastic, so that's why I decided to take a closer look. And of course we have a commercial sample here, so it means this kit number 728.185 is the final version of this kit, and you will get exactly the same stuff as what you'll see in this video review. And why this release is interesting, because their 1/48 scale offering proved to be quite nice out of the box and also for a reasonable price, so that's why it is interesting to see what is offered here, especially acknowledging the fact that manufacturer claims that here we will get the compliance with proportions of the real aircraft, and of course everything will be in the box. And first of all, I have to note that the box art here is quite nice, and also box size here you can see comparison with my hand. On the side we have the short history note and also technical information about the kit. I'm just checking what's the parts count, 261, which is quite impressive for 72nd scale. And wingspan will be 170 millimeters, which is not that big, I would say, but still quite notable. And here you can see 4 marking options which are included here. So we will take a closer look once we will be opening the assembly manual. And now I'm going to cut through all of these clear plastic seals in order to make it possible to remove the top lid. But in the meantime, I can also remind you that we reviewed all the previous versions in 1/48 scale, so in case you are interested in this type of the kit, then definitely check out the video review, because as I said, kit itself was quite nice out of the box, and now you have also a wide choice of the aftermarket add-ons, which can add even more features on your model. So the box structure here is typical for this brand. As you can see, we have this color printed top section. I'll just slide it like this, and then we have this sturdy white cardboard box. It actually protects all the parts, and that's really good that ICM keeps this feature, because as you can see, everything arrived intact, even though it was shipped via post, so not that careful type of shipment, let's say. Of course, all frames are packed into one resealable plastic bag, so now I'm going to open it. And straight away, from what I can see through the plastic bag, I can say that it's funny to see these parts in a, let's say, reduced form, because previously, as I said, we've seen them in a 1/48 scale. Now they are obviously smaller. And just give me a second, I'll open this plastic bag with the clear parts, because they are packed into a separate plastic bag. And here we have the canopy parts. So as you can see, this is, I would say, typical sprue design, so we don't have anything unusual. And the parts, they look really nice. We have a separation into several sections, as you can see, so I guess maybe you will be able to open the canopy, and this might be handy in case you plan to add more features into the cockpit, or maybe you can just open it with a standard out-of-the-box build. I'm not sure whether we have the masks or masking templates here, because recently ICM stopped including them into their kits, so who knows, maybe this one will get it. And now we start with the first gray plastic sprue. So here we get the mix of parts, so let's zoom out a bit, and now you can see that we have the wing parts and also these sponsons from each side, and also here we have pilot seats and the cockpit floor. So maybe it would be a wise idea to zoom in so that you can see all of this stuff a bit closer, and it will give you a better idea on what we are actually offered here. So overall molding quality looks fine. We still get some of the external equipment, as you can see, because here it is easy to notice the fuel tank. Also, we get nice external features, so it includes the recessed panel lines and rivets. And on this aircraft, I think it's quite important because, well, it had the prominent features on the external surfaces, but the only difficulty will be actually to preserve them, especially in such small size. And if I flip over this part, here inside we have some features for the wheel wells. We also have the guiding pins, The same can be said about the wing. And by the way, with the wing, I really like that, let's say, the biggest portion of the attachment points, they're placed on the trailing edge, not on the leading edge. So this is really cool, and it will help you with the final appearance of the aircraft to keep it a bit more clean, I would say. Next, we continue with the sprue C. So as you can see, it is provided in 2 pieces. So I will remove one of the table. And let's zoom in a bit. So now you can see here that we have, again, mix of various parts because it's a twin engine aircraft. That's why we get each of these elements as a double portion, let's say. And again, I can see that here we have some parts for engine gondolas. Obviously the engines themselves are not included, but I think there was already a resin or maybe 3D printed aftermarket, which can help you to replicate this feature on your aircraft, but we still get the separate wing mechanization. This is really cool, and of course a lot of small parts. So just to give you an idea, here is my fingertip, so let's not forget that here we are dealing with the 1/72nd scale model, and now you can check the parts from the opposite side. So nothing special in a good sense, because we have all the guiding elements in all necessary spots. It's just a matter of installing all of this stuff into the let's say suitable spots. Next, we continue with the sprue A. So here we get the fuselage house and another sponson from the other side. So for the fuselage, we still get the nose cone separated into 2 halves. I'm not sure why this feature is, I would say, moved from the 1/48 scale kit, because obviously it's better to have a 1-piece nose cone. It will give you a better result, but well, we have what we have. Also, regarding propeller, I know that some of modelers are concerned about the pitch of the blades. I am not specialist in this, so you can see it with your own eyes. Maybe I will zoom in so that you can see what we actually get in terms of propeller, but overall I like what we get here. So for example, fuselage, as you can see, should be assembled out of 3 parts. All of these 3 should be combined together, and if I flip it over, inside we get some cockpit features. So it's just a matter of assembling everything together and also painting it properly. As I said before, I have no doubt that we will see some aftermarket for this kit as well, because it's a quite popular aircraft type, so it would be strange if aftermarket producers won't make something suitable for this release. Next, we continue with the decal sheet. So here we have all of the necessary decals for 4 marking options, as you remember. We also get the decals for the cockpit, but I don't see the seat belts here. So, well, Edward should cover this part. So just be sure to buy it, because I think with such large canopy, it's worth investing into the seat belts. It will be a visible upgrade, if you can say so. So here we have the assembly manual. We have short history note and technical specifications on the cover page. Next, we continue with the parts map. And well, I don't see any red crosses here, so it means all of the parts will be used, which is rather surprising. Next, we start assembly with the pilot seat, which is rather simple, I would say. So now, for 1/72nd scale standard build, it should be enough, but again, I have no doubt that we will see some aftermarket replacing this, because some brands will be eager to offer more features with help of 3D printing. Next, we continue with more parts being installed here and there in the cockpit, and then we proceed with the combing panel. Also, we start assembling the nose wheel well, as far as you can see, and here it might be also important to place the nose weight. Here it's written that it's just 5 grams, which is rather surprising. And next we continue with the landing gear doors here, and we start installing these wing roots from each side, and then we continue. No, these are not wing roots, these are actually pylons for the armament. We also install the machine gun barrels, and then we proceed with the main wing. Note that main wing should be drilled in necessary spots, and then it will be used for the pylons, as far as I can guess. We have the separate wing mechanization, as you can see here, but the manufacturer does not offer any different positions of this mechanization, so you'll have to check your references if you would like to replicate something different. Here we continue with the assembly of the canopy. So again, for the canopy there is no mention of the open canopy version. We assemble the sponsons from each side, as you can see. So this one should be quite easy, and I just want to remind you that it is assembled also out of 3 panels, I would say, if we are talking about the outer panels, let's say. Here you can see this bottom panel, and then we have also it being enclosed from the wing. And next we continue with propellers. So each propeller should be assembled out of 3 parts, as you can see here. Next we have landing gear wheels, another thing which might be upgraded with aftermarket if there will be any. And note that we also have some specific assembly options which are suitable for few markings in the kit. Oh, we have the masks template. This is really cool because, as I said before, I was recently surprised why ICM stopped including this cool feature. And next we continue with the assembly manual for the armament. So ICM decided to include a lot of stuff in the box, so you don't have to spend extra money. You get it actually in the standard package. And here we have the loadout scheme. And next we continue with the first marking option. This one is from 1969. Next, another green aircraft the same year, and here is the white one from 1972, quite an interesting marking in my opinion. And here we have one more again from 1972. So overall we get a really nice release in a small scale, and I guess some modders will be happy to see this because they were not, let's say, having a lot of space for the bigger scale models, and now they get a chance to assemble this famous aircraft. Of course, I'll be happy to hear your opinion about this release. Do not forget to write it here in the comment section below, and if you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and of course share this video with your friends. I would be only thankful for this, and I will see you in the next video as usual. Bye.